Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, Crafting with Cami. If you're new here, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Today we are creating a single page layout. I have some white cardstock down. The photos that I'm documenting are from a brewery trip my husband and I made just to our local brewery, and we were playing some cards. And then we played this game. I don't know what it's called. But you try to get the loop on the hook and then you move your thing and try to go back and forth. Yeah, I was failing epically. I am not good at this game. And I finally got it on the loop. My husband was actually good at it. I was not. But yeah, we always play cards, like no matter where we are, whether we're at home or whether we're out. The paper pack that I am wanting to use today is the Skylark collection. Now, this one is a Bring Back Your Pack. Close to My Heart had it long ago, and then they brought it back and revamped the colors. Can you guys hear the birds? That is so loud. I have a window open. Okay, anyways. So this was a Bring Back Your Pack. So this is actually some pretty old paper. Unfortunately, with Close to My Heart closing, this paper pack is no longer available. It has sold out. I'm just using up my stash. So you can't get your hands on this. If you already have it, you can craft along with me. Otherwise, just use what's in your paper collection and you can craft along with me here. So I love this pattern here. I am definitely going to be using that on a layout. I love the neutral toffee color. And then this one has that nice little collage down here. I do have some, it came with a sticker sheet, and I have pulled some off and removed the adhesive already. So I have this, it's the little moments that make life big. This was also a sticker, Happy Little Moments, Simple Joys. And then I am using the Close to My Heart Game Night. At the time of this recording, this is still available on my website. There's this card that comes with a thin cut, so everything in blue has a thin cut with it. So I'm going to bring in that card. I love these little stamps too. And then there's this little stamp that says winner. I think that would be perfect to go along with my picture. Even if I didn't win the entire game, I felt like a winner because I finally got the loop on there. Or the ring or whatever. And then this one's a pretty old stamp set from Close to My Heart. It's called Brewed for You. And I stamped the little beer mug here. And then I used toffee ink to stamp on top of it. And then I used shortbread, I don't know if you can tell, for the foam. Just to add a little something to the foam. So I did 2 of those. I thought I could kind of, I don't know, do like a little cheers or something together. And I've already stamped that card in sage, or sorry, not sage, jade, limeade, and toffee. Those are all coordinating colors with that paper pack. I've cut down this lagoon pattern paper, and it even has some of that limeade brushed into it. I've cut this down to 5 inches by 12. And then this pattern paper, I felt so bad cutting into this. That is so beautiful, but it just, this screams outdoorsy, gardeny to me, and my pictures aren't that. So it broke my heart to cut into this, but I also like this pattern as well. So this one is cut down to that 7 by 10, so we can leave a little bit of a border. And then this is the zip strip that came off of those. So the zip strips with Close to My Heart tell you all of the coordinating colors, which is so nice, takes the guesswork out of it. And I thought that could kind of be my transition piece here. I do want to edge this, and I think I'll bring in my jade to do that. I could do it in limeade as well, but I kind of want more definition around. So I'm just gonna go from direct ink pad to paper. I'm just gonna go, why am I holding this weird? Okay. Just directly across. And really, I could just do, yeah, I think I'm just gonna do the top and the bottom. I don't really need to hit the sides. So then when that goes here, this will cover up this side, and then this side's off the paper anyway. So that is fine. I do want this happy little moments to be my title, and it kind of gets lost over here, so I kind of want it more onto this paper. This banner, I just feel like the banners have to go at the top. I don't know. Do you guys feel that way? So I don't know if I want it all the way up to the top of the white or if I want it down here. I might actually go around that in my toffee ink. Let's just do that right away. Look at how much more that just pops off of there. Okay. So bringing my photos in, I kind of want to get an idea of my layout of my photos. This could tuck kind of in between these. I could do something like that. Could also come like above. This one I am kind of looking this direction, but so is my husband in that one. So I'm not sure which side I want those at. And then here's this one. And then I have this little picture. This was just some trail mix we were eating. Does anybody else document what they were eating? Maybe it's weird, but it was so good. It's not locally made. I think it's in Minnesota, I want to say it was, but it was so good. Okay. I'm not sure how I'm liking this. I'm thinking something along these lines. This picture is really cool. So, well, both of these. So my husband hangs his artwork in this brewery since it's our local one, and he can kind of showcase them, and they are for sale. And so, like, this is one of his paintings, and then over here you can see some of his paintings. It's really cool. Just going in and seeing stuff he's made. Okay. I have these cards. I'm kind of liking something like this. That's looking good. We can even cut some of the zip strip off and save that. I kind of want it centered though, so maybe if we did still not loving this placement of the title. Maybe it needs something longer. I may back this one with some toffee so it's more of my focal photo of both of us. So I just like to adhere it to the paper first, to the cardstock. And then I think this might actually fit in my small cutter. Hopefully. Yep, it will. While I'm rearranging my layout and finding a home for all of these embellishments, now would be a great time to remind you to hit that like button if you like what you're seeing. If you're not already a subscriber of my channel, I would love to have you join my crafty community. I'm sure by now you've heard the Close to My Heart news. This is one of the last videos I'm posting as a Close to My Heart maker. I will be going over to Stampin' Up! And becoming a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator on May 1st. But no worries, I will be continuing to use my Close to My Heart stash. I will have another video posting here shortly with more information regarding the transition between Close to My Heart and Stampin' Up! Stampin' Up! Is going to be having a lot of exciting new things. I'm excited to share more information regarding that, so stay tuned. I will have that video posting next week. In the meantime, Close to My Heart is continuously adding things to their clearance section, so be sure to check that out. I'll have the link down below. I'm going to stamp some more of these, maybe cut out a couple tags, and I'll be back. I cut out more cards out, and this one I had a bubble under there, but I've been layering them, so I don't think it's going to notice. You can hide that. But yeah, I did one in shortbread, toffee, jade, and limeade. And then I also cut out a bunch of tags. So I did one big tag in limeade, and then I did one of each of these in each color. I wasn't sure what it would look like, or if maybe I wanted to bring this over here instead of the big tag. So I just cut them out of every color. And I wanted to use the, ooh, that might look good. So I wanted to use that winner stamp. That might look good stamped on here and then tucked underneath. So then it would be winner right next to me. Because I'm the winner, even if I was terrible at the game. And then this one says fun and games. So then I thought I could stamp that on one of these and tuck it up here. And it would say fun and games, happy little moments. And then it's the little moments that make life big. I could also kind of do this number and give that a resting spot, and then maybe some twine there. That would add some texture. I don't want too much of that tag showing since I'm not going to do any stamping or anything there, but I could do the fun and games there. I know that's upside down. Don't judge. Okay. So I don't want two of the same color side by side. Maybe I like the toffee there, and then stamp winner, and then do a couple cards, the beer, and then simple joys. And then do a combination of the colors over here. I think this is coming along. I like the brown up here. Do I want the toffee or the shortbread up there? The shortbread, I think you'll be able to read better because I might stamp it. Oh, that's toffee on toffee there with that border. Okay, I like that one up there. This one, I know I want the fun and games, and I'll do that in toffee as well. And I want to bring in my little foam. Typically I'd want to practice first, but I'm just gonna wing it. And with words, you don't want to push too hard. You don't want them to smush and bleed out. So I'm going light pressure, but I'm holding it for quite a while so that it can soak into the paper. And I think that turned out pretty good. Fun and games. Okay, and then the winner I want to do with toffee ink as well, but I'm not sure that that's going to be centered since I'm going to have it tucked behind some more embellishments. I might want it more up here. Okay, I'm going to start adhering this down. So I'm going to line up the, which way does this go? The W about halfway under this lump. I should add some journaling too. I could add some journaling here. I could add it under here. There's the winner. So I'm adding some toffee ink around this green tag up top. And then I actually end up moving those cards that are in the bottom left further left and create a little opening where I'm going to be putting my journaling. I lost the footage of that, so you don't get a real good look at my finished layout. Check my Instagram for that. But once I add the journaling, it really finishes off that cluster in the left-hand side. I did add some enamel dots around the clusters as well. Let's get started on layout number 2 using the same stamp set. For this next layout, I am going to start on some mulberry cardstock, and I may actually end up cutting the center out of here so that I don't waste any of that middle and just do a border. The reason I chose mulberry is I still have some papers from, I think this was called the Sweet Memories collection, and I have some coordinating papers that go along with that, like these colors and the periwinkle, and this is mulberry. So I wanted to finish using up my scraps, and I have some zip strips as well. And these are also from that collection. They're leftovers that if you caught the video with the wedge circle, these are leftovers from that workshop. So I thought maybe I could bring those in too and bring in some of those colors. So that's why I chose mulberry. I cut my mink down. Mink is another coordinating color. I cut my mink down to 11 inches squared, and I thought I could have a 1/2 inch border going all the way around and kind of start with that frame style. So we'll go ahead and cut out the center of this mulberry so we're not wasting all of that cardstock. I do need a new paper trimmer. This one is getting dull for one, but I don't really want to replace it. I'd like to get one that has like the arm that flips out, which actually this one might. Oh my gosh, it has an arm. I never knew it had that. That's really neat. But it does not have the leg that some of them have to keep that sturdy. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I didn't know it had that, but I actually don't need to use that right now. Let's grab this. And I'm just going to cut it at 1 inch. Since I just need a 1/2 inch frame. So we'll go up 1 inch, in 1 inch, and then over to the 11 inches. And we'll do that all the way around. So up 1 inch, here we'll start at the 11 inches, and go over to 1 inch. If you watch a lot of my videos, you see me do this a lot. For one, I make a lot of frame style layouts, and then also it just preserves all of this paper. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. So now I have all of this to use either on another project or later on in this project. Make sure that this is down straight. And then I do want to use the darker side of mink. This one is cut down to 4 inches by that 12. And I'm wondering if I actually want to cut that down and leave a little frame inside. I only have 2 pictures. So we have this one of my husband and I, and then this one of my dog helping my husband. I was thinking something like that, and then I still have this zip strip from the Sweet Memories, and I thought that could go along that. I have to cut that down a little bit. Actually, if I stick that side under, we should be fine. I do want to go around the edges of all of these, So I think I'll use the sage to go around this one. I want to bring out a little more sage. Okay. And I am going to cut that down. So this is 11 inches. Let's go maybe 10 and 3/4. Yeah, I think that'll look good. And we'll go around that with the periwinkle. Okay, and then I actually don't need to save this for anything more, so I'm just gonna cut it in half. And then I'll just slide that one up top and this one down below, because we'll have our pictures and this in here, so that'll look good. So I'm not going to put the tape all the way up to the edge on that side, but I think I'll go something like this. Okay. And then this one. Just thinking something. And I want to use these somehow, but not sure. Could kind of do something like that. And then I'm using that same stamp set, the game night. So I stamped the family game night on a sage circle. I just cut this out of sage using my thin cuts. And then I used sage and periwinkle to do some cards. And then I actually had some sage sprigs in my stash. I was like, maybe those will work. So I brought those out. I'm not sure if I'll end up using them or not. But the family game night could go down here. And then we could maybe add some cards over here. I'm playing around with those sprigs to see if I want those incorporated in my clusters. I'll add one up by this family game night too. I don't know that I like the sage on the sage, but I could ink around this one. That might separate the two a little bit. I'm going to try switching these two wedges around. I think I like that lighter one behind the sprigs, and it just accents the sprigs more, and it doesn't look like so much sage over there. So we'll go ahead and get these adhered. I want this one perfectly aligned with the edge of that pattern paper. So we'll just tack that one down, and then that tells me where to put that white paper with the periwinkle pattern on it. I did cut a tag as well out of periwinkle. I wasn't sure if I wanted to kind of use it as a backdrop. I'm kind of spreading those cards around, so I like the sets of 3. I just think 3 cards looks appealing to the eye. And then I'm tucking in some sprigs. And I do have 3 different colors there. It's hard to tell in camera, but I do have the sage and periwinkle. Putting the sage in the middle. I want to try out this periwinkle card over here since I have the family game night in sage. This one says fun and games. Might be able to stamp that somewhere. Yeah, fun and games fits in here. I could even bring in another tag up top for that says fun and games. I do think this needs some inking now. It's like once I ink one thing, it all needs ink. Okay, so that could go there. And I think I'll do that one in periwinkle as well. So let me get that cut. So I cut this out in periwinkle and then I stamped fun and games in that sage. So I'm thinking that could kind of go there. And of course I inked around it. I adhered all this down and I popped this little family game night up on 3D foam tape. I'm gonna go see what I have for dots for in the center of this tag. For blue dots, I have these little blue hearts, but those might be too small. Actually, it might work. Let me see if I can get it to lay in there nice. The medium size would have worked better, but yeah, that gets kind of lost in there. Let's see what else I have. I have teal dots. Let's see if any of those will work. I think these will be too green. Yeah. Yeah, I don't care for those with it. Some of them are too green, some of them are too blue. Okay, I have these, which do not go. Okay. So I grabbed out my clear ones. When nothing else matches, clear does. So we'll just put a clear one in the center here. And then since I brought in a little bit of sparkle there, I'm gonna wanna bring it in elsewhere as well. So then I'm thinking maybe down here and up here. So then we have kind of that triangle going, and then I'll bring some over to this cluster and maybe one up here. There we go. So we took the game night stamp set and we used it in 2 different layouts that are not going side by side in my book. They were at different times. So yeah, we used 1 stamp set for 2 layouts. This is how that second one turned out. I love that I was able to use up my scraps. I've really been trying to finish using a paper pack before throwing it aside and forgetting about it. So I love that I was able to finish off that pack. At the time of filming this, the stamp set is still available, so I'll have that linked in the description box below. And the last day to purchase from my website is April 30th, 2024. So check out the clearance section. I'll have that linked below as well. I hope to see y'all over at Stampin' Up! Come May 1st. Thanks for watching, and until next time, live a life worth scrapping.